Is it true that bad playlist placement that generates you skips destroys your Spotify algorithm? Dun, dun, dun.
Well, firstly, when we talk about the Spotify algorithm, we're talking about our experience of the Spotify algorithm from a place where we've worked with hundreds of artists, so we're able to see lots of different examples and scenarios of what has worked and what hasn't. Anyone who claims to know the Spotify algorithm inside out doesn't. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we're in touch with Spotify directly and they don't tell us how their algorithm works.
I don't think they even know how it works.
No. So, but what we can do is make good assumptions.
Yeah.
And I would say that bad playlist placement and a high skip rate does destroy your chance of the Spotify algorithm for that track.
For that track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I think so many people are focusing on save rate and how many playlists they're on, and they're not caring about the skip rate. The skip rate is actually more important. If you're getting 1,000 likes, but for every 1,000 likes you're getting 10,000 skips, those 1,000 likes are basically pointless because you're not going to get pushed out. And it's great that 1,000 people liked you and you can try and capture them and get them to stream and add you to playlists and engage with them. But if you have all these other people skipping you, Spotify will not push you out and you won't be able to reach more people. And the beauty of this platform is it can push you out and you reach new people. So what you've said here, that bad playlist placement, not quite sure what you mean by bad playlist placement, whether that's botted streams, whether that's playlists that aren't fitting to your style, genre, whatever. But the main thing is just going for your genre. Doesn't matter how big they are, doesn't matter how small they are. Just go for playlists that are fitting to your genre, and all of the artists on that playlist are similar to you, because then your skip rate will be significantly lower.
To put it in perspective of how difficult it is to call, just a couple of weeks ago, one of our researchers, also called Alex, he suggested that he has a hypothesis that the number of different profiles that have added your track to a playlist could be a significant influence on the algorithm, more so than how many streams you've got. So we noticed that when artists were getting added who were doing campaigns with us, lots of different profiles rather than just being put on one profile was actually more significant to getting more likely to have the Discover Weekly algorithm push you out. So that's something we're researching at the moment to see if that does end up being the case, or whether our sample size was just a bit skewed and it was too small.
Another theory that he had was that even if you promoted a track that was really, really old and you promoted it in the exact same way as you would have done a new one, and it's the same quality, the older track won't do as well. So an artist would come to us with a full album or a single that they'd released a year ago, and they say, I think there's a lot of potential here. They want us to promote it, and it just wouldn't do as well. Unless you're working with material that's kind of a couple of months old and you can prove to Spotify that there's something coming soon as well, it's not going to do as well.
And I think to conclude on that point is to not think about the algorithm too much and just do what you think is right and what you think is best for the people who immediately consume your music, consume your social media. Think about them and put them first. And I'll end with a very quick story that when we started with Burstamo, the YouTube channel, it was going amazing. And then we went to VidCon, which is the biggest YouTube event in the world. We went to VidCon because we had a YouTube channel, we wanted to learn more, and we sat through these lectures of people saying, well, you need to change your titles, you need to change your thumbnails to get that click-through rate, to get that, and then you need to like chop it up for the watch time, etc. And so we went back on all our old videos and took that advice, and we changed the titles, we changed the thumbnails. And I'd say it was one of the worst things we ever did, because yes, the click-through rate went up, yes, the views went up, but they were from the wrong people, they were from the wrong type of people, and we ended up caring too much. As soon as we went back to what we were comfortable with and what we thought was best for thinking about that one artist, that's what we look for in our content. We think about that one artist that sat watching this video that could take this advice and then break. And instead we went away from that philosophy for a short period and it ended up costing us because the quality of the views went down. So now we're obviously back doing exactly that philosophy. However, that's something to always keep in mind. Just think about the content and your music first, and the algorithms will figure themselves out.
Also, human beings are behind algorithms. They're the ones that control how the algorithm works. So even if you think the algorithm isn't favoring you, it's probably because the market isn't favoring you. It's harsh, but it's true. That's all of our questions. Thank you to our members that submitted. If you want to join our membership, we will link it below. Tons of stuff on there, like access to different resources, courses, exclusive videos, opportunities like press placement, sync placement, like loads of crazy stuff. So if you want to join, we'll leave a link below, and we'll see you in the next one.